what can we do exactly? How can we make graphics? Where do you even start? Should you pick up a pencil and draw like Leonardo, or should you learn Illustrator, or should you try to do something? Basically, we can divide all graphics for our purposes, if we want to communicate with graphics, into three things: visual nouns, visual verbs, and visual numbers. Just like the language we speak, right? We're making an analogy. Okay, for visual nouns, what I mean is icons, right? So you already, and this is the biggest part of the language, right? You could just tell a story with the icons. And luckily, you do not need to invent these. You don't need to learn Illustrator to make icons for yourself, although you could. But you could tell a story, you could make a music video, you could make a really large infographic just out of icons. Okay, so for example, so I was inviting my friend for sushi the other day, and then he said, my flight got canceled, so I'm like, I'm sorry. He said, it's gonna be a nude gardening day. I was like, I'm in. And he went hiking. He said, I might have poison oak. I said, is that how you feel?
Cool.
Okay, so the idea is that you could use these to communicate literally anything, as long as you had a matching icon for any word. In 1704, the famous mathematician Gottfried Leibniz said, and we could introduce a universal symbolism, a very popular one, better than theirs, the Chinese, if in place of words we use little diagrams, which represent invisible things pictorially, and invisible things by means of the visible ones, which go with them. Like, why should we focus on icons first? Well, first is because they speak literally, right? They actually show you the thing itself, as opposed to a graph or a chart, which we're also going to do. But it's like the most literal representation of what you're talking about in the most minimalist way. That's an icon.